Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Friday, October 31st, 2025. It's Halloween and we have some news. Yesterday, after 6 days of fighting a banning of books, yes, a banning of books by Amazon, triggered by our book about Ghislaine Maxwell called Maxwell, her trial, right here behind me. This book was deemed suddenly offensive and all books were taken down. Well, we did a lot of things, we said a lot of things, And mysteriously yesterday at 1 p.m. as I was covering the presentation of guys in a huge fentanyl takedown, there have been two of them. One related to the grandson of Robert De Niro, which got a lot of press interest, and the other one, 16 people, not related to the relative of any celebrity, that got very little coverage. But we covered them both, because that's what we do. But in the midst of that, I was informed that all was forgiven, and everything was restored. And it's true. The book about Sudan, the book about Eric Adams, all of this stuff is up. Now, there are a few remaining issues, but I'm not going to dwell on the negativity, at least not for now. You can find Maxwell. We just put up a link on three well-known microblogging social media sites, and you can find it there. And we'll be putting it up again later today, because at noon, JP Chase, yes, the behemoth, with a $3 billion headquarters in Midtown, JP Chase, has been ordered to put into PACER the hat tip to NYT WSJ for seeking to unseal. We do it all the time, but they got it and they were given a 24-hour heads up on the documents, which we rarely get. But that's neither here nor there. They're going up at noon, and we're going to sift over them and see what we can do with them. It's all to the good. It's all to the good they got unsealed. So there's that. Check it out. Maxwell, U.S. versus Ghislaine Maxwell. It also touches on the United Nations. Now we're heading in for the Crytpo Bros trial. It's getting down to the small strokes. We're in the defense case now. A guy named Matera is on it from Alex Partners. That's Alex with an I, not an E before the X. Then they have an expert. There's going to be the charge conference, and next week the closing arguments. There was a very kind of abbreviated. There was a long presentation on Rule 29, trying to get the case dismissed by the defense. Saying that there really are they didn't break any rules, and that code is law. But she took it under advisement, the judge, so we'll see. We'll have to see about that. Now, we already turned the corner, but let me go financial, but this time sort of public policy financial. Yesterday, there was an online hearing about AGRIPRA. Now, as gripping as it may sound, this really involves deregulation of the banking industry, of the bank regulatory industry. Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman has proposed cutting 30% of the staff, this kind of the doging of the Fed. Not about the building, but about regulation. Now, those who may have lived through 2008 may think it's a bad idea, penny wise, pound foolish. Now, I don't know. The Fed may be, what I said, and I did speak at it, and directed my comments at Governor Bowman, said, we're not asking just for delay, we're asking for serious scrutiny of these banks' records, including, and I talked about crypto. I said, I'm not against crypto, but before you let them into a bank, you better check out the ones that have had like customers' information stolen and etc. And also they have some community reinvestment responsibilities in any event. So that's that. Now the United Nations, we asked them questions, and that not only did they not answer them, they proudly bragged about the immunity and impunity of the UN, which investigates itself and declares itself smelling like a rose. It doesn't. It stinks. And as Masih Alinejad, standing right here behind me, on Wednesday, after those who tried to kill her on behalf of Iran were sentenced to 25 years, I asked her about the UN, and she said it's a club of dictators. And it is. And there's one main dictator, and his name is Antonio Guterres. So if this is the last vlog of the week, have a good weekend. The mayoral race is heating up, and there's a song we didn't put up because of all the hoopla with Maxwell, but it's now going to go up. Okay, to be continued.